All right. Okay, where do I put this stuff? Rock. There's pseudocode, rootme, work log. Yeah, work log's what I'm looking for. Kind of wish I had a dark theme. Well. Did I call this a 20? Oh, it is the. No, is it? It's not the 21st. Well, now. I see the bitrate's going crazy too. So, this is the same setup as last night, except I changed the keyframe interval to 2. Clearly we're having some issue. I cannot set rescale output at the moment. So I will set keyframes back to 0. Just auto. I've just done because I can do that, and we'll see if that bitrate's fine. Actually, what were the other settings? Like what? Constant bitrate, keyframe interval, that's what I just tweaked. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so it may actually be Comcast. It is part of why I chose Saturdays, because they do. Oh boy, I have to poop now though. Okay, so. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I gotta poop. Okay. I will BRB then. If I can. Yeah. I can change scenes, that is. Oh, that's probably because I'm on this one. Alright, let's close that. And I have returned. It was that kind of sharp constipation level of pressure, which is very. Like, you think you can ignore it, then you swiftly realize you can't. Or rather, it doesn't feel like it's about to come out, but man, is it painful. So I forced it out. And just went. Alright. Eh. I'm just gonna put this over here. My left monitor is a little dimmer than my right, my main monitor. Got some music on. Also, it's really nice that they. I wonder if that's going to be the last video in the series, though. That they continue the RPG. I do have to wonder if there'll be a next part because the annoying green guy did find a gun under the throne. That said, which album should I play from my local files? Hmm. Oh, okay. Anyway, how did I get the. Hmm. This was a Metroidvania that I had played 2 years ago. Used it to kind of test my waters in video creation, video editing. I will tell you, it took a very long time to put this stuff together. I still have like 2.5 episodes I put together of the entire playthrough. But the way I was doing it, I'm not sure I can continue it now. And what I'm trying to remember is I think the audio files were just loose. And so I copied them into a music folder. Something. Maybe I actually got the album somehow. I don't know. So the reason why I don't think I can really continue it is because the style of editing I wanted to go for was text-based, so no voiceover, no face cam or anything. It's just text for what I'm thinking, which requires a lot of effort. I find it's more enjoyable to watch and rewatch than with a voiceover. But because of that, I didn't record myself talk, so I had to do the editing pretty soon after I did the gameplay so I can actually remember what I thought at the time. And it's been years since then, so yeah, not really gonna remember it well. Pretty soft though. Hmm. Okay. With coding, oh boy. It's the thing that I have to think about now is how I'm going to integrate merging into it. So jewelry generally doesn't merge, but I should still have the code there to handle it. Because there isn't anything like a rope for your rings and necklace, you know? They're generally separate things. For consistency's sake, as well as the just in case, I should do otherwise. The problem is that with Zephyros, I had totally forgotten about that, or just how in-depth it would be until I got towards the end, which is why I'm not doing the pseudocoding. It would have been better if I'd remembered it throughout and integrated little things to handle multi-slot items in all the previous functions. So I need to think of how I'm going to integrate it like that if I can at all, as opposed to just copy-pasting Zephyros' solution, which is it works, but it's messy. I also uploaded what I've done to GitHub too. Got a repository now. I suppose I should show what game it's actually from first. And I should also play the demos from the Steam Festival at some point for the 22nd. I want to play Iconoclasts. Ugh. Yeah, here it is. Oh, looks like I did get the soundtrack. Okay. Yeah, I still have NG Plus to go through on this, but I kind of stopped because I wanted to do the editing first, and that never came through, so I never quite fully finished this game. I should give it a second shot. Alright, that was the other issue of it, is the editing style I was going for was to try and mimic the text, the font of the game itself, for the stuff I edited in. Which, I mean, it's really tricky trying to find a game font. Really is. Yeah, this was a fun action platformer. Metroid. Wasn't it Metroidvania? Not sure you ever got power-ups, though. Hmm. Yeah. In this one, I expect a Metroidvania. There weren't... Yeah, there aren't many upgrades. It's more of an action platformer than Metroidvania. Still a fun game, though. Yeah, this is still pretty soft. All the tracks are short, too. This is actually the longest one, and it's still less than 4 minutes. Like with Igdraska, there were 2 tracks that just kind of fell into different albums because of the auto sort. Yeah, they aren't long either. Okay. All I need to do. The thing, if this is going to be a universal ESP, then that means I have to code everything to handle everything. Okay, so exactly I'm going to... I should probably use the work log for this. Dark room, dark screen, pure white text document. Yeah. Let's make it smaller. Smaller. Better. That's small enough. Okay, I should set the width though to roughly what I've got for lines. Okay, and then that might do. Yeah, so I'll leave it at this. Yeah, this track was pretty ominous. Oh, now that we have clothing, there's no armor stat. Oh boy. I mean, weight and value are universal, but like damage stat and the armor rating, oh no. That's unfortunate. Because unless I can code the armor functions and the clothing. don't think, even though the damage rating should be in a similar spot to the armor rating, they're probably two separate functions, aren't they? I'm trying to pull up the documents. Alright, set. Yeah, there's set weapon speed, mod attack damage. Yeah. Yeah, there's set AR too. I do wonder, if I get durability on clothing, what happens? Oh. There's no get durability, or is there? I have to check the other document page. Let's see, get... Oh, there is no get durability. I made the get durability function. Oh, I have to look at my own code then. Oh. Actually, when it comes to changing stats, I could check the past item, have optional parameters, but I'm not sure if I can actually do optional parameters. I mean, I can send it in an array, and the array can have variable size. But I don't think I can have actual optional parameters. Which, that could be an issue. Oh, and I also learned, like, yesterday, there's actually a new version of OBSE out. So there's a main site you get when you Google OBSE that I've been downloading from. They've left that unupdated for archival purposes. And you have to go to the Nexus page to actually get the link to the new version. They haven't even updated the files on the Nexus either. From a GitHub repository. But they fixed some of the issues I had with while making Sephiroth, so that's good, but also it's a bit frustrating to know I've been working on an old version. Not the most up-to-date. Oh. Just gonna have to work with the... May as well download it then. First scripts, there was... Yeah, get durability. Get object health. Okay. I mean, I see it in the OBSE docs, and I'll check the CS Wiki too. Object. Okay, object health is listed here as well. It doesn't really specify what happens if you use it on clothing. So, I guess let's not find out. And in the meantime... Yeah, there's like, what was it? Yep, version 21. The files. But 22.3.1. So this is where I've been going to get my updates. Because up until they stopped working on 21, like the full group, it was fine. Now it's maintained by Ilda and Shademe, huh? Oh, Shademe was working on it then, as contributor anyways. Next Ilda though. Okay, I will check that. Where should I store this though? I'm not thinking about it. Now let's open archive with 7-zip though. Yeah, alright. What's new? I got a lot to read. Okay, so we have 21. And actually, what's the one that I actually have installed though? That is a good question. And is Oblivion installed on the E or C drive? No, I'll check C first. Ah, here's Oblivion. On the C drive. Okay, here we have... Let's use some OBSC stuff. Okay. Where's the command doc? Alright, so that's where the command doc is. Okay, there's the old readme. Version 21. How's about the what's area? What's new? Yeah, 21. So I have to start reading from where? Yeah, from here. Yep, I have to start reading from 21.5. Ah, XOBSE. Okay. Ooh, 2019. Yeah, that's pretty recent. They must have started work on this a year or two ago then, I guess. Alright, fix critical bug in event handler system that could cause CTD when too much handlers are used. That would explain some possible crashes. Some handlers weren't releasing with the arrows. Fix get distance definitions, fix has spell to work correctly on creature actors. Site optimization of the function. Fix get selected spells, CTD, fixed actor override breath system. Get combat spell, don't run every spell duplicated 4 times anymore. Fixed T-list set at function that could cause issue if the allocator can return less than 8 bytes. Added event handler exist function. Nice. Added console print for is plugin loaded /version. Use that for debugging. And the GOG version and the Polish version of the launcher. And for 1.8. Visuals. Visual code 2019 complaint, remove hash map and remove the start reference usage. Example plugin error message, print the OBS version as decimal instead of hex. Have the possibility to use the OBS launcher, the AC to launch the Steam version of Oblivion. Experimental works under Proton. Okay. I guess until they declare that no longer experimental, I'll stick with what I've been doing. And the Polish Ontology version of Seneca restructured any handling in a centralized store, fixed the CTD the on soul trap handler, which I haven't been using, but it'd be nice to know that exists when using soul gems with stolen flag and other extra data. Fixed get current event name returning an empty string after issues. Fixed is reference returning always one in OBSE expressions. Hold on. Hold on. Could that be the issue with the bug that I could never fix and do spare time? Oh, there's like 4 functions I made for freaking arrow stuff. Alright. Release. Yeah, that might have been. No, maybe not. Because I remember making a print line right here and that firing, and then it just didn't make the handler or something like that. Still, that okay, that could fix some bug. Get base AV3, get base AV3C as correct replacements of get base AV2C functions. Alright, get base actor value 2 C functions are deprecated. Is naked function added? Alright. I can see some uses for that. I mean, obviously for survival stuff, you can test is naked. For some kind of odd cultural ritual, you can add is naked. And then for hentai mods, you can have is naked. That'll help out Lover's Lab. API added more test form flags and decoded test object cell invert fast travel behavior flag. Add shimmy definition of 1B20 structure. Decode more stuffs for test region and region list. Proof get form from mod. Add set player skeleton path. Ooh, nice. Actually, that could be really nice. That could allow for some more dynamic stuff to do with the player. Because I guess you could then change the player's skeleton to like a bear or something. I don't know how kind of issues that would cause, but yeah. That's nice. Add an AppFire CI. Build will be pushed from AppFire instead of using a local build. This also fixes a slow start some people are experiencing while keeping the CRT statically linked. Get by opcode was using a linear search for no opcode. Re-implement to constant time. Dang, man. That really is a vision. Add a check for parent cell and get parent cell owner command. Fixes CTD when the parent cell is null. Rewrote inventory reference and container for loop code to fix some memory leaks and items that weren't removed properly from the containers. Also fix a crash when iterating inventory in menu mode while having a soul trap event handled. Fix an issue with get active menu element where it wasn't working on keyboard selected elements. Oh, that sounds relevant to stuff I've done. I need inventory references to freaking upgrade your gear and stuff. Oh boy, okay. Decode more arguments for remove item, add 10 arguments this SDD call. Okay, extra container changes, use TList for object field instead of rolling specialized version of a linked list every time. General fixes the TList in its iterator class. Add title get containing menu member function. Thanks David J. Cobb, some bits of player character. Echo Eclipse. Add a tasks interface to enqueue functions to operate on the OBSC main loop. 2.1. Fix a serious regression in OBSC 22.0 where using the hotkeys functions could cause crashes. Enhanced hotkey users were affected by this. That's probably be me. Fix a serious regression and get inventory reference for item. That's something I would use a hell of a lot in mine, where it didn't correctly handle any more objects with no extend data. For example, some objects that should have only xCount property have the extend data completely null after reload, causing the game to crash. Enhanced hotkey users that were using a bind hotkey to equip bow and arrows are affected. Made changes to improve robustness of overall extend data and extra data usages. Using 0.0 minor revisions was causing a mod with a bad OBSC check to fail. Using always revisions greater than or equal to 1 solve this issue and should solve issues with similarly bugged mods. Fix an issue with get base AP3 that was causing crashes. Record message for failed plugins in case of missing or mismatched dependencies. I need some water, my throat's gonna dry. Alright, rewrote from scratch the input handling system of OBSE, switching from the old and kludgy D input hook to a proper OS input global hook. It should overall simplify the code, be faster, more robust, and more easily to interact with OBSE plugins in the future. The above change also fixed these instances where input handling routines weren't working on some system if p background keyboard equals 0 in oblivion.ini. Backport 3 fixes for menu functions ignoring keyboard selection tiles from Northern UI +1, fix not covered by NUI. Add some error message and expression evaluated for array, fix an issue where using the subscript operator on a string map, non-existent element would succeed and provide invalid data. Test expression return true. Now it complains with an error, and test expression failed. That's good. Had no OBSE any option to avoid suppressing test expression error messages. Fix an issue with array loading where mod index 0 were mistakenly seen as arrays belonging to discarded mods. Fix some error reporting issues where failing command weren't shown. Fix bad dereferencing command list.n iterator element in exception handler. Fix on actor equipped event being sent twice when using enchanted armors or clothing. I reported this while I was coding Zephyros, so I'm glad they got this fixed. Means I can use that now. Means I can actually get rid of the whole on equip blocks, huh? Yes. How did those handlers work though? Okay. Where is... I don't need that right now. Yeah. I remember seeing the report and they're just like, thanks, but given how, like, every time they do a new version, they have to send it through the antivirus system, which takes a long-ass time to check a file of this size, or like, we're only doing patches when there's like a lot of changes or some big stuff, so thanks for reporting it, but it's not big enough to warrant a patch. I'm like, alright, maybe in the future. And, of course, to my knowledge, until, like, yesterday, 21 was it, and I never released 22, so the bug would always be there. No, no, they've been updating it for... I'm not sure when, actually. Let's see if I can look that up, though. Because I had a hard time getting the actual dates of when stuff was released before, but, well, maybe I just wasn't looking in the right place. Alright, so... Actually, now I'm curious. Change logs, okay. Oh, that doesn't tell me. Okay, that's for the 21. Alright. Let's see, GitHub repository. Let me just put this up here. Okay, so... I wonder where this points to. Okay, good, because they've been calling it XOBSE. Troubleshooting, but like, how long has it been? Oh, here we are. Releases. So it was 22 days ago, 25, 27, 9th, March 26th. September 30th, that was definitely after my mods. September 25th. I might have been a catalyst to start this off. So I finished September 25th, 2020. I finished working on my mod in July of 2020, and I sent in the reports while working on that. Okay, so that's very reassuring to know that I was not working on outdated OBSE at the time. And now I'm a little proud of the fact that I might have been the reason for them continuing OBSE development. Either way, I gotta make use of this now, though. Alright, so improved script diagnostics for expression evaluated for commands. Documented a lot of struct fields for OS input globals and documented at least some of its member functions. Remove code for older versions of Oblivion than the last version. Get fame is now correctly placed into active VTPL instead of mobile object. Compare to is now correctly in base form component VTPL instead of being repeated in test form, test model, and test attack damage. Decoded some virtual functions and members on game structures thanks to CoF and OR. Plugin API, OBSE input interface to allow plugins to interact with new input system, and allow plugins to install event handlers and dispatch PDF. Alright, and 22.3. Updated version resources for file PE version. Changes, fixes, fixed regression on key or control down functions for scripts that weren't running every frame. That's good, because every time they've mentioned regression before, it's led to a CTD or something, so that's nice. Add experimental support for on-key event and on-control event for Event Manager. Update docs, add on-key event and on-control event. Oh, nice. Wait a minute. Experimental support for that stuff. Oh, that's good. That's good. So in Spheragon, I think I had it just check every time you ran through. the main script, but in Zephyros I made a second quest for handling all the hotkeys. And so that one would run. And that way the main script would just run at its own pace asynchronously. But be affected by it, because, that's how it go. But now I can just make handlers for it. I don't need a second quest. That's awesome. That's what I wanted, because I had to work around that. I had to do key traps and everything. Alright, fix regression on actor equip for some non-equipable objects. Fix Mascar Oblivion Overhaul, because I'm not sure how, but they apparently broke Mascar's Oblivion Overhaul. Fix regression on actor equip for some non-equipable objects. Okay. Let's go for the readme. Oh, this opened in someplace else. So let's get... how about that remix of Partner Stance? Oh, it says version 21 though. Oh no. Is the command doc fully up to date then? I'll go to handlers, because if it shows the has key handlers, then it's at least partially up to date. Handlers. On hit with, magic effect, on actor equip, on death, murder, knockout, alarm, package, start, activate vampire skill up. Scripted skill up, drink potion, eating green, active drop, spellcast, rollcast, fall impact, map marker, health damage, create spell, create potion, enchant attack, bow attack, release, block, request, blah blah blah. Here we are. On key event, on control key event. And they are indeed marked as experimental, so they probably work, but maybe with some potential hiccups I don't know about. But that's actually really nice. 0, 1, and 2. Oh, that's great. Oh, that is fantastic. So I can check for press, release, or hold, because right now how it works is all I can do is... Alright, so on the registers for the keys, it's just... I'm not sure how it is on Windows, but at least in the GBA, it's 1 for up and 0 for down. Which means, yeah, you have to flip it in order to think about it more properly, because usually 1 means on and 0 means off, so you think 1 is pressed. No, it's the other way around, but still. 1 for up, 0 for down. And that's it. So if you want to determine if something was pressed or released, you have to then keep track of what the state of the key was on the previous frame to get a check. Same similarly with held, so you have to track at least 2 frames worth of input to tell that. But I can't quite do that, so I just want to know when the key's down for my mods. Because they don't have a hold function or a release function, it's just on press. But they only check every so often. So you'd have to hold down the key for up to half a second, depending on like where it is. Because it's not... It doesn't know when you press the key, it just checks is the key down every half second, so you have to have the key down when it checks. Which is also why I let you modify that time frame in the ini file, just saying, hey, if you do this, it gets more responsive, but you're running the script more frequently, so be aware that might impact performance. Now I don't... Well, assuming these experimental things aren't really that alpha, assuming they're higher than Bethesda quality, then it should be fine. And I can do an action 0, which is fantastic, just on press. Oh, and then we can use the same key for multiple things. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, but this... But the thing is, we'd have different hotkeys depending on game or mode or menu mode. So, can I filter it by that? Because we could have a problem. We could really have a problem. Well, unless I can check what mode it's called from. Alright, for events associated with block types, you may provide a specific value for any, all, or none of the arguments registering an event handler. First argument is referred to by the name blah blah blah. Same stuff. Okay, so what I may need to do, depending on how this works, is have to call remove event handler on all the key and control events that I set up, and then set up new ones for the menu. And then do the same thing when we go back to game mode. That might be what I need to do. Unless I can check if you're in a certain block. I will install that later though, because we're not into actual coding yet. We're still doing pseudocode. But I'm going to keep this doc up because this is what I should be using. In fact, I will replace my old doc. go. Now it's in my main window. Okay, so what am I even looking at? Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, it is past Thursday, isn't it? Let's check what the new Epic Games free game is. Don't quite see it on here. Yeah, so you can set the cells here. I call the innies. Rather, call the default innies. Then we call the actual ini files. So that way, if there's an error, the values are already set. Don't have a null in anything. Then we set debug mode. Then we set the game lags. Oh, right. I'll look for that. Alright, so there's 6 dimensions of game mode. No is game mode here. Huh. I'll check up. I'll control F mode, which gives me 121 results. Input control ID. So menu mode is a input control ID, or at least has one, interestingly enough. Oh, it's also looking up model too. Oof. I wonder there's so many. Oh, and mod equipped also brings up mode. Okay. This will take a while. Actually, let's look through this yes wiki then. For mode, which is just 26 results, so including the model and get equip, or rather mod equip, that's a lot less. Menu mode is a function, apparently, and not just a block. We'll check that out. There's mod enchant, mod equipped, mod model path. Set debug mode. Set model path. Toggle creature model, blah blah blah. Wait, get active menu mode. Yeah, let's do that. Get active menu mode. That's probably what I'm looking for, though. Get God mode. What? Why would we need to get God mode? Oh, probably to check if it's active or not. Oh wait, not library. Yeah, I have a rather sizable Epic Games library now. I should probably add this to the list of potential games to play, because there are some ones that I've wanted to play in here. It's just I'm too used to looking at Steam for all my games. I gotta play Control. I got Among Us. I'm not sure who I can play with though, because I think Steam has like a Steam system, so it's a platform in a similar way that Xbox Live is a platform. Into the Breach would be fun. Tacoma, I know would be interesting. I have Hitman. We did play Piku Nico though. That was quite fun. I enjoyed that. Anywho, that is besides the point. Hell is Other Demons and Overcooked 2. Did I feel like I have Overcooked though? Do I? Sort by alphabetical. I feel like I got an Overcooked. Yeah, I have Overcooked. And now I'll have Overcooked too. Nice. Why did they make this white? And if this is an arc... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I may have fun with this. Ooh, heavy synthwave soundtrack. I do like synthwave. This used to be black, though. Why did they make it white? Oh, Sonic Mania. Oh, yeah. I've heard aught but good things about Sonic Mania. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Also, they got one. Oh, okay. Also, the free Discord Nitro, but you have to, like, technically register for the subscription for it, so eh. I mean, you can actually claim the code now, and you have until about the end of July to actually redeem the code, so yeah, you got time to think about that. You want to go through the hassle, because then you have to, like, redeem the code, give them your credit card information, and then cancel it so they don't charge you at the end of 3 months for another 3 months, you know? Horizon Chase Turbo, though. I'm curious what kind of a racing game this is because I haven't played a racing game in a long time. I remember when they were the thing to play, especially Burnout. Burnout was very fun. Alright, now time to look at those function tabs. Menu mode, menu type. Oh yeah, to check what the menu mode is. Ooh, okay. With no parameter, this function will return 1 whenever the game is not in game mode. Include a parameter, the function will return 1 when the menu type or specific menu is being displayed. So I can actually filter. Okay, so if I just do if menu mode, then I can actually filter out if we're in menu mode or game mode. That's nice. That's very nice. Active menu mode returns the menu code of the menu over which the mouse cursor is positioned when the command is called. Receiving codes used by the menu mode function. Yeah, this won't quite return what I want, but I did try using this stuff. Get active menu mode, get active menu selection, get active menu filter, get active menu ref, get active menu object. Alright, let's see right back then. I tried using that stuff for anti-enchanting things, because as I think I've mentioned, when I let you enchant things, there's a whole host of variables added in. And then what the fuck do I do with them? So I just decided no, but I need to keep track of like what you did to enchant and refund that stuff so that I stop it effectively. And I tried doing that. I got stuff. That stuff I could really use. Yeah, get God mode does exactly what I thought. Just checks if God mode's on. What's the version number? Does it say so at the top of the docs? No, it still says version 21. Okay. After I finish the Pharos. Whew. Right ahead. E. What else was there? Fixed the bug I reported. Bug I reported. What was it? On key event. And on control event. Experimental. And replace my hotkey quest. What if hamster's fire? Mode. When otherwise. Okay. Which means I'm going to be running that if check every time. No. Okay, so that handles that. Now I need some new music. Turn the volume back down. Echoing Garden. Oh. Alright, there's one thing I'm curious about with this, though. Efficiency-wise, that is. That is... I can set the script lag, yeah. Oh, welcome back, Schmidt. One thing I'm curious about here, efficiency-wise, is that I could leave this line as is, in which case, every half second, every frame, in game mode, it just sets the script delay again and again and again. To stop that, I put in an if statement to say, hey, check if the quest delay is not equal to game lag, and if that's true, then we set quest delay to game lag, and that's it. But we're still comparing the two values every frame. And I'm just wondering which is faster. Like, should I just let it assign the value every time? I still do an if statement though, don't I? For alt lag. If f quest delay is not equal f game lag. Or I think that was the or in here. Yeah, that should be or. Or that'll probably be B. Yeah, alt lag. B alt lag. Or should it be and? Yeah, it should be and. And B alt lag. Equals 0. Then we do end if. And tab. Alright. There's your set script lag. Because most of the time, I assume they're short circuiting Oblivion. There may not be, honestly. Not sure how to Not sure how to test for short circuiting. Should look that up. It's very unfortunate that the official comp sci term is short circuiting because almost all the results are how do you detect there's a short circuited wire in your house, in your car, and whatever. No, I want to know about the code logic. Alright, not quite what I wanted. I'm not sure how, because there was one mod I looked at that said, oh hey, Oblivion doesn't do short circuiting logic, which means I want this to short circuit, and have to separate it out into nested if statements. But I can't quite test for I'm not sure how to test for that. Not really sure. There's also a set. Script lag. Yeah. Here. Not equal to. There's menu lag, right? I did define that somewhere, yes? Latency, yes, latency, menu lag. Okay. I'm kind of curious why I need the alt lag flag, though. So I could just check it compared to one frame, right? That's the whole purpose. Oh. Because I really could just compare it to game lag in one frame. Because the only ones that could be there. I have to look at Sephiroth's Gold then. Okay, go way towards the end. That's where alt lag gets used. Here we are. It's F plus delay time. Oh boy. Okay. Place that with F plus delay time. Place all of them. Okay, we're good. Yeah, so what I'm doing is setting it to one frame with a nice trip alt lag. So we're going to wait one frame, so that way when the next message box pops up, you don't appear naked. Because technically we're unequipping everything for the refresh. It's going to take at least one frame. So, you know. Yeah. We let that be 2, and then we call that, and let it be 3. So this is a wasted frame, technically. If you didn't really care about that, it would be a wasted frame. then on the next frame we have to call refresh too, because it's an else if, not just a next if. I suppose that is one way to handle it then. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I guess. Let me first call the unequip. Let me refresh, set the refresh once flag again to 3. So then we call equip. Then we do null, and we refresh once, then we reset the alt lag thing, which then means that when we go back to the top, it says, alright, alt lag flag is no longer tripped. We're going to change it back to whatever we need it to be. But I could just set it back to, well, to game lag at that point. Let's look up alt lag. Yeah, alt lag, alt lag. Yeah, so fquest delay time and alt lag equals whatever. Oh, seek block. Use alt lag in there too. Fquest delay time equals menu lag. Oh, okay, so there is reason to use it. If I'm just using this flag to say we gotta set this to 1 frame latency, then there's no point in using the flag. We just check if it's at 1 frame latency. But no, we're using menu. Okay, that answers my question. Yeah, menu lag. Okay. I mean, it's a lot, but if I do it piecemeal, it's not that bad. It's just the fact that, especially for the stat changing stuff, I have to like keep the entire big picture in mind while also working on the minor details. Otherwise, it may not work in tandem right. Just kind of why I don't really want to do this at the moment, but I gotta force myself, otherwise I may just never do this, because that's... not working on something tends to snowball into never working on something. Alright, where is the next song to play, though? Hmm. I mean, there is the one and only that's maybe the first album I've bought, but I know that has some copyrighted songs on there. I've gotten claims before when playing it. I've really checked for claims recently, but I don't think I've gotten any. Again, claims aren't really of much concern. It just means if you have an ad blocker on them, they mean absolutely nothing. They mean little to me as well. Because I can't set ads on my stuff. I'm not big enough to earn ad revenue. Okay, so here I need to assign stats, which means I need to know what stats there are. As well as check if the things are freaking fused. God damn it. That's the thing. It's like, oh yeah, I just need to assign the weight and the value to them, and that's it for the stats. But what if they're fused? I think I need like 1,000 subscribers or something like that, and there might be another thing that was like about 1,000. There is a cheesy way to circumvent it though, which is if I commission a song, have it published, so like it gets registered in... Okay, I don't know if that song's... That's right. Volume down. Sorry, the song was getting really loud for me, and then I looked at the audio levels, and it's not so loud for you guys. Okay. The cheesy way to get around it is you make a song, you publish it, because the music publishing companies, are really draconian with abusing the copyright system on YouTube. So you file it with them, so they automatically claim your own videos with your own song on it. And then you get ad revenue from that. That's the cheesy way to get around it. Which also means you can kind of contest other false claims because you still get part of the claim anyways. But if you don't do that, it was like, I'm gonna double check that by actually going to my YouTube account. But I just need to be like a lot bigger than I currently am from what I recall. Monetization is... Yep, I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours. I have 51 subscribers and 644 public watch hours. Not sure if stream hours count, man. Yeah. Oh, and it needs to be in the last 12 months as well. So, if if my channel basically goes completely dead, well and truly for like a year, or close to dead, it don't count. I mean, on the fact that it seems like YouTube ad revenue is still pretty bad, unless you have a few million views or a few million subscribers, as well as the ease with which just about anyone can just claim it, and whoever claims it is judge, jury, and executioner on that front. Yeah, you tend to rely a lot more on donations and sponsorships for money than ad revenue. But ad revenue is passive, and there's one thing. You could be tempted to think of donations as passive, especially if someone actually subscribes to you. Like, monetarily subscribes to you, then they just send in every month. Which would be really rad to have, but yeah, you still need to please that person. Ad revenue is ad revenue. Anyway, I say it's pretty minuscule despite, unless you're in the millions, or at least 100,000 for view count, is not just because you need to multiply it by that much. Yeah, yeah. Red Shadow Legends, they sponsor a lot of people, so it's you can get paid. I don't know. I haven't seen hard numbers, but from the gist I've gotten, it's like anywhere from like 600 to like maybe $5,000 per sponsorship, something like that. Like you can get a lot of cash from a sponsorship deal. At the very least, you're getting a few hundred. Basically depends how big your audience is for how much they'll buy you out for. But yeah, if you do that and you release a video like once a week or once a month, and you get that much as like just a monthly little check, that's pretty good. As I was saying with ad revenue though, it's not just like you need 100k views just to get your 100th of a cent to actually be some type of physically tangible currency, but also because they have a little bot bidding system behind the scenes, so there's advertisers are bidding on your ad slot. So the bigger the creator you are, and there's more views you get, the more your slots are worth, so you get more per ad than if you're a small one. And in addition to getting multiplied by the views as well, it kind of scales higher. So you need to be like a huge YouTube channel to actually live off of ad revenue at this point. So the big money is really from either your viewers just giving you money for existing, or sponsorships having you insert ads into your content. Which is also why I say no skin off my back if you use an ad blocker on me. Like, that's totally fine, because A, I'm not setting any ads, I can't get any revenue from them. So save yourself the annoyance of dealing with them. Now then, signing right. Multi-slot items. It's such a headache. Oh. I could just set the weight and the value and be done with it. But what if they're combined? But what if they're not combined? I have to account for that. I think it's time to make a new text document. Okay, now how am I going to count for merch items, though, design-wise? Because, I mean, it's just like, oh, hey, if these are merged and just add the stats together, we're at the init phase, so I don't need to, like, account for level ups or level downs or anything. I just need to say, alright, here's the stats for the items, just add them together. If you need to. But, like, how do I check if you need to? That's the current question. Actually, I'm setting the stats on each individual one, right? I should probably set them all up as if they weren't fused. Then check what's fused, and then add them together. Which I think is kind of how I did it in Sephiroth. Actually, I think I remember one value being $1,200 for a sponsorship. Might have been from the Russian Badger, though. Yeah, you're probably getting at least $1,000 if you're a decently sized creator from a sponsorship. I don't know if you get less from a sponsorship for being a smaller creator, but you also get less offers. It's also special when the channel gets to subsist entirely upon donations, because you don't have any kind of corporate fingers in the pie. Well, it does depend on the sponsorship too. I mean, taking sponsorship money means you now have to put an ad for their thing in your next video. But it really depends on the company and sponsorship for how much creative control you have. Because there's some that just say, yeah, just mention the name of the game and these keywords and we're good, and we don't care about anything else, and that's fine. In fact, you could entirely rag on the game, the whole ad, and it's fine as long as you mention the name and the keywords, you're good. Yet you get the okay. While others want you, well, they basically hand you a script for not the whole ad, for the whole video. But you get zero creative control if you decide to go through with that sponsorship. It ranges. It ranges. Though I haven't gotten any sponsorship offers myself, given them really small. I'm surprised I even have like 50 subscribers at this point. But still, is like you, Alyssa, and maybe a third person in chat sometimes, so that like at all at any point. I'm gonna try addressing that a bit, because I came across some videos on how to make your stream more, or rather how to grow it, so I'll be implementing some of it later. Over time, at least. It's one of the things with titling, and I could implement that immediately, but I think I'll keep it consistent with what I've got going, which means Iconoclast is going to stay named Iconoclast and then the part name afterwards. And the coding streams will stay as they are named, which is the current date, which I know is wrong. I know, right? Thing is, as I've said, I'm like so used to the depressing 0 view count that I just don't look at the stuff anymore. So I really wouldn't know I even get 10 views until you just said it. So, slightly happy somewhere in the back of me, but a bit more baffled. Like, where are these people? And the really annoyingly trite whole like subscribe and hit the bell and leave a comment and the like thing apparently works, because I know there's those of us who spend a lot of time on the platform get really sick of hearing that, but there's a lot of casual viewers, and I'd like to use a more insulting term, but it either may be inaccurate or, well, detrimental, I guess, to public image. Anyway, yeah. I guess the best way to put it is, imagine how dumb the average person is, and then realize half the population is dumber than that. That's something I forget from time to time. Alright, new text document now. I've also recently been thinking of maybe picking up video editing again. I've been using HitFilm Express, but it has some issues, mainly with just managing any kind of very action-heavy footage. Like, I don't know if it's changed at all, but it doesn't have variable bitrate for the encoding. It has to be constant bitrate, and what that means is if you set the bitrate low, then it has a nice low file size and it renders quickly. But get to any kind of very fast motion, and it goes to screen cancer. So you have to combat that by setting it to a very high bitrate, but then you have like a 5-minute video that's like 10 gigabytes. There's no screen cancer, but holy fuck, that file size, and it took a half hour to render. For 5 minutes. It's not nice, and on top of that, there can be a lot of delays loading in footage too, but I think that's universal to most video editing software. If you do not mean that sarcastically, I will take a look into it, because what I recently learned about was OpenShot, which I haven't done anything more than just open up the tab. I haven't even read the tab. It's just, there's one YouTuber I watch occasionally who mentioned in passing that they started with OpenShot because it's a free editor. I was like, oh, I could try that. It's different from HitFilm. I'd say the main reason I probably decided to go against video editing is just I wanted to spend my time playing games. But if you edit footage for games to release, the split is like 80-20. 80% of your time is spent editing the video and 20% playing. I did not like that split. It got better as you get more efficient. Okay. Actually, I'll pull up a tab for it, so that way I at least see it after stream. You sure it's 2 V's? And not 2 R's? This is what's coming up in the search result is 2 R's. Okay. I can see how, though. It is just 5 with a double character. Alright. Yeah, this pops up occasionally. Yeah, there's a lot of art surfaces. It's also derailing from the coding. I think it was, as I learned the editing software, I got more time efficient with it, but it still never quite got to the ratio I wanted. I think it was the first video I put together was it was like 10 or 20 minutes long, and to get it to the quality that I wanted, it took 20 hours. 20 hours of editing to make that. It was also the first one I put together, so yeah, I had to learn where everything was and what the tools were and all that. Still 20 hours. And then I think it took 8 hours and then 6 hours to put together the same length video now that I knew what I wanted and had things set up. But still, 6 hours of editing for 20 minutes of gameplay footage. Yeah, you can see why I just kind of had to think about that one day and decided, nah, I don't quite like that distribution. And now knowing that, I'm like, yeah, it's understandable why a lot of a lot of the better YouTube gamers, they tend to kind of suck at their games because they have to spend like at least half their days editing the videos they do, as opposed to playing the game. Even if all they release is footage of that game, unless it's like minimal to no editing, they probably don't have the time to be good at it. It still is a little frustrating at times, but for the most part, I manage to keep myself in check. Alright, so design-wise... That's the thing, how it... So I think I'd still have just a straight function that I'd pass in values and it would set the stats for that specific item. But I could either do it where the values I pass in are the merge stats, or I could pass in for the individual stuff and then have another thing that merges them. Yeah, I think I'll do set individual stats. Stats. I think that's how I'll design it. Also, I do have to poop again. I won't go to BRB because I know the sound, I don't have any audio output on that. I should change that. At least desktop audio 2 continues. Well, for now, I'll just mute the mic and go do my business on the throne of thought. Oh, I'm back and I see your message. That is unfortunate. And I get back right at 22:30. I should have just ended it then. Ah, well, at least you got like maintenance music. Oh, thanks for stopping by, for watching. I have things to consider. See you guys tomorrow night with, guys, do I stream the demos? Do I just play the demos on my own time? Or do I play Iconoclast? Because, like, frick, I do want to play Iconoclast. Either way, thanks for watching. Have a good night.